Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to more Zero Hour. Welcome back to another Pro 1v1 match. Down in the south here today, we have a relatively new-ish player, or one that you probably will be less familiar with. We have the GLA Toxin in the pink, which is NG Tumstep. You may have seen him before. I played him once in a Russian 1v1 tournament on cyberbattle.org. All the way up in the north, we have the C&C Superweapon General. I swear I've seen this guy as Superweapon so many times before. We have Marakar. Yeah, you may remember there was like a one-day tournament where I streamed the whole tournament. It's quite rare I do that, to stream a whole tournament in one day. We did that free-for-all, the $1,000 one. But a few months before that, or maybe even more than that, there was like a one-off challenge arranged by the Russians. And we did at one point end up playing like a best of 5 or 7 versus NG Tumstep, and he was actually pretty good. I think we defeated him, but he's actually pretty good, and he's been playing a lot more since then as well. So he's got a strong army here as well with Tox against the expert player that is Marakar. So I'm expecting this to be pretty good. A lot of people saying that Tumstep has improved a lot over recent weeks and months, and yeah, it's quite vocal as well on the forums about. There was a topic talking about the level of Tumstep, and Tumstep was holding his own, saying that he's a strong player. So let's see if it lives up to expectation. He does not have the technical veterancy, which is a massive mistake, really. Even if you're going to be making 1 or 2 technicals, it's usually worth getting. There's a V here from Marakar, but yeah, that in a 1v1 engagement, the technicals should win with the technical veterancy. But he really is making a massive issue out of this single V down here. He's still got all of them workers in there. Yeah, in a 1v1 without that Hellfire, the V will just lose to a Vet 1 technical. Behind this, Marakar's just gone for a 2 supply build order. Oh man, Tumstep. Oh man, he's just released all of his workers. That's kind of a major blow there for Tumstep. Marakar's killed a ton of stuff. NG Tumstep so far has killed nothing. He's got a technical with Vet 1 now, but I don't know what I got Vet 1 from. I don't know if he's just selected the wrong thing or not, but I mean, it's disappointing, to be honest. It is disappointing because so many times I see players bigging themselves up and talking themselves into like trying to be in the top 8 or trying to be in the top 15 players or whatever, and there's a lot of talk and less action. So if I see any kind of talk, and I can't remember exactly what Tumstep has been saying, but like people like there's Roll as well, and there's other people, won't name too many names, always saying like, oh, I'm top 8, I'm top 20, I'm whatever, I can beat you, I can beat this. But if you're making silly mistakes like not even taking the technical veterancy, you don't have any right to to talk about you're better than this person or whatever. Honestly, I would prefer. There's a quote on my wall that says "Work hard in silence." Oh, here comes the ice cream van. That is a joke. That ice cream van. I'm not even going to mute it because it's funny. Right, I did mute it. Jesus, it stopped right outside my house. The ice cream van. Well, Tumstep is taking 2 oils by the looks of things. If he's got the technical, if he's got the capture upgrade and grabs himself 2 oils, and Marakar just takes 1 bad fight with a V's, he's certainly still in with a chance. But yeah, I'd rather. Yeah, there's a quote on my wall. That's what I was saying. There's a quote on my wall that says, "Work hard in silence and let success make the noise." Yeah, make the noise. I would just rather people actually put in good performances on the battlefield rather than on the forums trying to talk themselves up and trying to say they're good and stuff like that, or trying to claim they're in the top 8 players and whatever. Yeah, honestly, if you're forgetting the technical veterancy, you have no right to say anything on the forums. Trust me on that. But that said, though, let's see if NG Tumstep can still win. Not sure what kind of game this is. I'm just guessing a regular for fun game in terms of 1v1. Marakar leading the way with the XP. Yeah, Tumstep hasn't really done anything so far, to be honest. He's not taking any decent engagement. Oh, that could be good, though. He could just redeem himself now. He could redeem himself. That's a Boyka level TNT. Yeah, actually, as I said, he's not done anything. He's immediately then taken out 5 Vs, and that is a lot of Vs to go down for the super weapon. They're 850 apiece. Definitely needs to get them technical numbers up again. Chase down that V. Oh my god. It's like he was listening. It's like he was listening. I said he hasn't done anything good, and all of a sudden he pulls it out of the bag. But yeah, is that excellent play there from Tumstep? Yes, probably you could say it is. Is it more mistakes from Marakar? There are mistakes from Marakar as well. He should not be leaving them Vs to get TNT'd. He should have moved them out of the way. Map awareness should be a little tiny bit better. But also, yeah, I mean, could he have saved some more Vs there? Yeah, probably, but he was probably distracted more so in his base. Remember Marakar, did he drop a dozer in the beginning? I think, did he drop a dozer? Yeah, I don't know. Power plant here now being taken down by Marakar. Yeah, ever since I said he hasn't done anything so far, he's suddenly now completely dominating. We need a supply to be dropped down in the middle since he's had control of that, and I'd also like to see that oil captured. I think Tox should always really be winning this matchup. I think he's got a major advantage being Tox. Tries to grab that middle building, but it was pretty low. Still on technical spam, no palace in sight yet. He's bringing another rebel. Is that a TNT? Yeah, that's looking like a TNT. Could be a tech RPG. It looks like a TNT. It's going to kill another V. He didn't lose his super tech though. Marakar's going to have to now focus down this oil, but is Tumstep going to repop? He is. Marakar with the pull of the Vs. Oil does get captured, gets the 1000 bonus, but instantly then goes down. So yeah, still got the 1000 bonus, which will definitely take. Another V gets picked off, but a number of technicals have gone down as well. Marakar wants to think about getting his EMPs up, I would say. Maybe at least on that right-hand side. Maybe this oil as well, because he does have a range there, but he doesn't have the capture upgrade just yet. Marakar has gone full Vs and still keeping that dozer in the base. Nice line of technicals here. Will be useful for Marakar. So yeah, nice line of technicals. Go into Marakar's jaws, and number went down, but Tumstep has seemingly taken over the whole map. And now these Vs might actually get trapped between a bunch of technicals and this tunnel position over here. But a load of technicals there are going down. They're chasing things, but only really took out one ambulance and damaged a V. That is it. Lost every single technical. Sometimes you got to know when to back off. And it seems like Tumstep there did not know quite when to back off. Although he does have a rebel down here. But he's not going to be able to grab that. But 2 technicals are on their way. And that V there is going to go down as well. There's a number of missile defenders here. Marakar continues to press forward. Maybe realizing that the technical numbers might be low at the moment. Might be a good time to push. But there are so many more technicals already produced. RPGs, Rebel, laser lock comes in here from Marakar. Yeah, Marakar is at risk of getting surrounded here, but I have a feeling, just based on what we've seen so far, a lot of these technicals are going to fall as well. Technicals coming from the back, 1V does go down. All of the missile defenders now getting cleared up. V's now on the retreat. Ambulance brought in. Massive slugfest here. And I think every unit is going to go down on both sides. Only 1 technical and 1 HP survives, but that is better for Tumstep. You'll definitely take that. You would happily trade off 1V or 1V for 1 technical or 2 technicals for 1V. You would happily take that all day long because the technicals are cheaper, much cheaper. $500 compared to $850 a piece for the Vs, and the Vs are more than likely going to be relatively full there as well. Just checking if there's any observer. This is obviously a replay. Someone commented on the last video, one of my last videos, saying is that a replay or not? When I just watched a replay, like, what else would it have been? I suppose it could have been live. But yeah, all of these are replays. Okay, another technical now pressing for Tumstep. Tech RPG. Oh, Colonel Burton is here though. It does clear it up, but it sacrifices itself for 1v anyway. You would still probably take that. Marakar's trying to get himself to Auroras, and he's trying to collect from the middle. If I was Tumstep, a nice stinger sight here, or just even one quad or one RPG or something, don't let him collect from there. He does have the supply lines upgrade. It's one of the best upgrades in the game. Quite like Worker Shoes, but it also works for oils as well. Gives you 10% extra on oils. Where's that quad? I can hear the quad. There it is. Do we have a palace up? Yeah, we do. We've got a market going up as well. A little bit close together. Some of these buildings would prefer them a little bit more spread out, just in case of like an A10 or something later on. Tumstep is lagging behind in the XP department. Marakar is level 3, but he does not have a CC. He's prioritized actually getting a strat up with an airfield, and now dropping down, yeah, an EMP in front of the airfield. First Alpha is out. Technicals press down the left-hand side. These on the right. Where is that Alpha? Alpha's going to be on the middle. Kills the tunnel. Going to kill the quad as well. Massive explosion there. Not sure if there was barrels or something there, but yeah, massive explosion. Tech RPG taking out the Chinooks on the left. That tunnel's going to get cleared as well. On the right. Still nobody has control of that oil. Can hear a TNT. Been planted on the oil. I'm not sure you could really save that as the GLA. You could drop a tunnel there, but still the Colonel Burton could get in from the back. And that oil does go down. You could put a quad and a radar van there maybe to protect it. Tech RPG nearly killing a Chinook, and Alpha's back landed for now. Buggy's are out now though, and Marakar's looking in a bad way. So yeah, the first 5 minutes of the game or so, Tumstep was not achieving anything or not doing really anything, but then all of a sudden, once he's got his economy rolling, he's on that third supply. He had that oil for the majority of the time. He's taken actually quite a few decent engagements since that point. And Marakar, we've seen him in this situation so many times before. Nice little compact Superweapon base with the EMPs, but a low economy, and usually he does kind of fizzle out, and usually the GLA wins. But is that going to be the case here? Again, Tumstep could sell that and bring the workers over to another supply. Even if you've got loads in the middle, could collect from different crates. Alpha on the right, just clearing some more stuff. Not even sure what that was, to be fair. Quad on the left. Oh, might take out 2 Chinooks here. It's not focusing anything down though, because the quad does less damage when it's moving. It's probably like, what, half the damage or something. Another Chinook in the middle, but the RPGs are here, and the quad. So that's going to go down, giving Tumstep even more XP. He's not dropped down a CC yet though. Technicals on the left hand side. Need to be careful they don't run into the EMP, but the Chinooks are landed for now. Ooh, it is going to run into the EMP, but it did take out a V again. 2 Technicals, 1 V. At this stage in the game, you would take that. Spectre gunship moves into the base. Black market is going to go down. He does not have Worker's Shoes yet. Big mistake. Everybody knows I like Worker's Shoes. A10 coming down the middle. It's going to hit a tunnel on the supply. Going to finish the supply, actually, there with the help of the Alpha that seemingly hit first of all. And this oil is trying to be captured. Radar van. Aggressive radar van. It's been sent with the Jarman, though. And Tumstep doing weird stuff, but he's still doing surprisingly well, actually. Yeah, 2 fakes at the same time when you've not got that much cash. Do not agree with that. Jarman Cal gets picked off. Quad going to focus down the Alpha, but the Alpha does get away. Tumstep is going to focus down this oil for now. But yeah, them quads are going to be picked off. Another press for Tumstep down the left-hand side. If they get around the back and hit the Alpha while it's on the ground, that Alpha is doomed. Needs to hit it now. Too slow, baby. Needed to go straight to it. This technical, though, what's to go inside of it? Nothing. It is an empty technical. I like this, though, from Tumstep. This is what I do like, the multi-pronged attacks. This is the distraction, but he's also thinking about his next attack already and carrying out that next attack. Not just doing it in a linear fashion, like you do one attack, then when that dies, then go in with the next one. He's actually doing multiple attacks at the same time. I like that. So see here again and here. Is he preparing anything for the left-hand side, like a TNT on that, or another quad or something? He's really trying to focus this down. Technical moves in, but there is a Colonel Burton there. Alpha hits the quads. Looks like Marakar might actually repair this, but the buggies come in. You know You know there's a Colonel Burton there. That's a huge mistake there from Tumstep. But he does stop it in the end, though. He does stop it. He does stop it. Marakar's only on one supply, and he's about to mine out on that one supply. So I suppose if Tumstep can just stay economically ahead with, like, the one market and the one supply and just stop him getting that, then I suppose that could be good. Yeah, we're going to turn into a low economy game. This Alpha is still causing damage. Takes out another tunnel there in the middle. Marakar's level 4. Tumstep is barely level 3. Has he dropped down a CC and getting the bounty money, though? I'm not sure. Tumstep, I think, needs to TNT this. Like, these two buggies here are not going to do anything. Needs to get the buggy ammo. Like, he's not even got buggy ammo or worker shoes. But he's still dropping down more fake markets. Mistake losing the whole army to a Colonel Burton, man. That is. Okay, so Alpha's now circling. I mean, he is up against the hard player here, Marakar. He's an expert player for a reason. Super, super solid player. You need to play perfect all the time. Spectre gunship comes in from Marakar. So yeah, Marakar's doing well with what little stuff that he has. Chinook's now come back to the middle. Wants to collect because he's mined out fully in his main. Only one market for Tumstep. He does have workers' shoes now. Why hasn't he sold his main supply though? Because he could have been collecting from there with all of them workers for ages. Alpha's getting another buggy kill. Alpha's decimating the middle, but that Aurora went down though, and Marakar's not going to be able to replace that easily. Marakar's sending a load of infantry around this oil to try and protect it. I think rather than do that, I'd rather just see an EMP. This Colonel Burton is just killing everything by itself. Yeah, Colonel Burton and Aurora is just wrecking everything. Yeah, Marakar could drop down a particle now or a supply drop zone. Or he can just keep producing units. I think still producing units is a good idea. Probably, yeah, rather than... Tumstep. I mean, that was a good attempt, considering he's against one of the best players, Marakar. He's a 0 hour expert for a reason. His primary strength is 1v1. He's spamming so many games at the moment, but there was so many little mistakes or medium kind of mistakes there from Tumstep. Like, the dealing with that first V was, like, really, really awful, about as bad as it could go. There was also no technical veterancy for ages, or did he get it in the end? I don't even know what he did. For the first 6 minutes or 5 minutes, he didn't really kill anything. But then, as I said it, he then TNT'd 3 Vs and had a good engagement on the left and took out Marakar's whole army. From that point, if you have an engagement like that, you really should be closing out the game. And I mean, he did well, but he just didn't really know how to combat the Colonel Burton and the Alphas. Lost his army multiple times on the right-hand side just to a Colonel Burton. Ran 4 buggies into a Colonel Burton. Did delay the oil, but was it worth it for like losing like 3 or 4 buggies, something like that? I don't know. But yeah, in general, a message to anyone who's up and coming on the list, I would rather them just, honestly, just to put it straight, I would rather them just shut up on the forums and just keep their mouth closed and just keep grinding away and beating good players and showing you results that way, rather than getting on the forums and saying, oh, I'm top 8 or I'm top 20. That's in general, not just like to Tumstep. And I can't even remember, I might have got it wrong if it was him or exactly what his comments were, but I have seen him, I think, arguing, like saying he was better than such a person or whatever. But in general, I'd rather just people grind away and just silently rise to the top and people say, oh yeah, he's actually pretty good, rather than trying to... You can't change someone's opinion of you most of the time on a forum, no matter what you say. So yeah, but you let me know. Tumstep looks like he's got good potential. He's from the Eastern European countries. I don't know if he's from Russia or is he Ukrainian, or I don't know where he's from. He's from the East somewhere. But yeah, keep watching him, and maybe one day we'll see him taking down players like Marakar and other stuff like that. I'm sure he's taken wins off him before, but in this particular game, he didn't quite clutch it out. So yeah, GG, well played. Let me know if you're in the comments. Do you agree with what I'm saying, or do you like it that people actually argue on the forums about who is better? Personally, for me, I'd rather just show it through results. But yeah, you let me know what you think. See you in the next one. GG.